helps, but like you said, scouts do like that.
Joe Siddle, the batter, and he takes ball 1. Kenny Robinson, one of Syracuse's relievers, listed at 5'9", in all likelihood a lot closer to 5'7", but he has done a terrific job over the past couple of seasons. A swing and a fly ball hit to left, an easy play for Joe Liss, makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Remember a few years ago, Pawtucket had a pitching staff where virtually every guy in the staff was between 6'5" and 6'8". It was like that was all that mattered to the Red Sox scouts at the time, and I don't think any of the guys really made it big. Some of them had injuries, and that helped explain their demise, but height alone is not enough. So it doesn't hurt Randy Johnson at 6'10". Jim Boucheri up, and he takes one high.
Excuse me, but he's halfway to the plate when he finishes releasing that ball.
He did not have a walk in his last outing, and when he doesn't walk anybody, he is next to impossible to hit. Boucheri takes inside. The count 2 balls and no strikes.
And you were speaking about Pawtucket and their big pitchers. They got a big pitcher not only in size but in stature too, coming against the Chiefs Saturday.
The Rocket. Actually, it's Sunday. Right?
I'm sorry, Sunday, right. Saturday, I think the game is being carried back here on the Nation Network. But Sunday, you're right, Rockets pitching against the Chiefs on Sunday.
Roger Clemens, trying to come back from his injuries, will apparently make a rehab start for the Pawtucket Red Sox in Pawtucket, unfortunately, against Syracuse on Sunday. Count goes to 3-1 on Boucheri. Outside, the count, I beg your pardon, that's ball 4, and Boucheri draws a 2-out walk in the 6th. I remember seeing Clemens pitch here at MacArthur Stadium on his way up to the Red Sox through Pawtucket. He didn't spend a lot of time in AAA ball, but he made one start here at MacArthur Stadium. That would have been probably about '84.
Well, there's been some big names that have come down from time to time today. Of course, we saw Dwayne Ward and Kirk Reeder throwing today for Ottawa. Dwight Gooden's come down during his tenure with the Mets. And I think when you look at it overall, there's been a lot of talent that comes through the International League here.
A chopper off the plate, hit up the first baseline. The pitcher, Gray, gets to it, does a 360, and his throw to first gets away from Jason Townley. It goes down the right field line. A runner will try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time, as Boucheri slides in with another run for the Ottawa Lynx, and it scores on a ground ball about 45 feet up the first baseline.
Well, the Chiefs have been having some trouble tonight. That's their 4th error. Right here, I think if you're going to view what Gray did wrong, I don't think he gave a good view of the ball when he threw it. It was snap throw. You got Townley. You got Townley there at first base, kind of a strange area for him. And official scorer scored that a hit and an error.
Saying that Castleberry would have been safe anyway if the throw was on the mark. The error comes, allowing the batter to take an extra base and allowing the runner at first to come all the way around and score. Not only has Syracuse made 4 errors here in Game 1, but they have all been costly. Haven't been able to hide any of them. Ted Wood, the hitter. And Dennis Gray falls behind. 2 balls and no strikes. 8 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for Ottawa. 1 run, 8 hits, 4 errors for Syracuse. There are the totals in the 6th. Syracuse might be happy this game is only 7 innings. Wipe the slate clean and play Game 2. Here's a fly ball toward right. Perez and Kenyatte go after it, and it's the center fielder Kenyatte making the catch for the final out of the inning. Ottawa does some damage. 1 run on an infield single, plus a Syracuse error, making that run unearned. 1 runner was left on base in the 6th. So as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, the score is Ottawa 8 and Syracuse 1.
The leaders in the delivery of reliable on-time service are Federal Express and UPS. And look who's joining them, your cable company. There's a new entry in the delivery of reliable on-time service, and here's our guarantee. If we're not on time for installation, you get it free, guaranteed. If we're not on time for service, you get a $20 refund, guaranteed.
Every 15 seconds, a woman is battered in the U.S. That's 3 to 4 million women each year. Last year in Syracuse alone, police responded to 13,000 domestic disputes. If you or someone you know is a victim, the one fact you really need to know is that you are not alone. Call 1-800-942-6906, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Tonight on your neighborhood network, it's Syracuse Chiefs baseball, a doubleheader between the Chiefs and the Ottawa Lynx. We're in game one. We're heading to the bottom of the sixth. That youngster apparently looking for souvenir baseballs by camping out beyond the outfield fence. He listens to the broadcast on his headphones, and when he hears that a home run is heading over the fence, he's got a shot at the souvenir. Jason Townley, Willie Kenyatte, and Eric Brooks coming up in the sixth for Syracuse. Kirk Reeder still pitching for Ottawa. And his first delivery of the sixth is outside for ball one. This is a matchup of the two Canadian AAA farm clubs. Townley swings and drives one high and deep to right. Benitez back at the track at the wall, and it is off the fence. Townley digging for a double, and he slides in feet first with a two-bagger. Townley with his second hit of the game. He's in scoring position with Willie Kenyatte coming up. Just starting to mention that you have the two affiliates of the Canadian Major League teams, the Expos Top Farm Club playing in Ottawa and the Blue Jays Top Farm Club playing here in Syracuse. I don't think Syracuse fans give a whit about that. They doesn't really seem to have much of a feel to that when the two teams meet here in Syracuse. But when they meet in Ottawa, that is like an international war. The Ottawa fans really get excited about the fact that the Blue Jays Farm Club is playing up there against the Expos Farm Club. Yate fouls one off to count a ball and a strike.
I think that's a double-edged sword right there for the reason why they do that. My personal opinion is that Toronto is where the province is there. There's a lot of rivalry between Montreal and Toronto. The French, one's a French province, and I also think the fact that you have a United States team versus a Canadian team, so I think kind of fills the juices on both ends right there.
Right. You also have the fact that throughout most of Canada, even areas close to Montreal, there are as many Blue Jays fans as Expos fans, if not more. So the Blue Jays minor league prospects are big draws in Ottawa, much like extra fans will come out and see Yankees and Mets prospects when they play in Syracuse. A ground ball hit toward the shortstop hole. Tom Foley runs it down, but realizes he has no play and simply holds on to the ball, giving Kenyatte a ground ball single.
Well, Jason Townley showing some good base running right there by holding second base. If he breaks the third, he's going to give Foley a chance to throw him out right there. So he just stood his ground and didn't break towards third base.
So the Chiefs have something started here in the bottom of the sixth, but they have a lot of ground to make up, trailing 8-1. Eric Brooks is the hitter. Reeder's slow breaking pitch hit in the air to shallow center. Jim Boucheri comes in and makes the catch. Brent Lutz hits next. Lutz is struck out looking and flied out to right field. Brent Lutz has 11 hits in 29 games for Syracuse. He is 11 for 69, and that computes to a 159 batting average. So Lutz has obviously had his share of trouble in his first AAA season. Last year at AA, Lutz batted .272, ripped 8 home runs, and had 19 stolen bases. Pretty impressive numbers for a catcher. And the count is even at 1-1.
It's like Lutz was looking for something else on that when he started backing out, and it was a fastball pretty much right down the middle.
The 1-1 pitch, fouled back by Lutz, and the count is 1-2. Facially, to me, he looks a lot like another former Chief, Ed Sprague.
Before you even said that, it's the first thing I was going to say when you said he looks like somebody. I was going to say Ed Sprague right there.
Especially in the helmet, when he takes the helmet off, since Sprague is virtually bald, the similarity is a lot less. And in terms of their body size, Sprague is much stockier and more barrel-chested than Lutz. But just with the helmet on, when you see the eyes and the facial features, he looks a lot like Ed Sprague, who incidentally has a 15-game hitting streak for the Blue Jays. The rest of the team isn't doing all that well, but Sprague is off to a very good start this season. Lutz takes a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lutz working on the sunflower seeds as he hits. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Brent strikes out for the second out of the inning.
Well, he threw something out of the strike zone there with 2 strikes. He's trying to be protective. A breaking ball in a real good spot for a pitcher. Down in the dirt. Don't be afraid to bounce that pitch when you got 2 strikes.
Felipe Crespo, the batter. And a special delivery from the change of pace has arrived in the press box. The pitch into Crespo gets away from the catcher Siddle, and both runners will move up Syracuse. Wild pitch thrown by Reeder. There's Kenyatte at second, and here comes a replay of the pitch.
Well, there's that breaking ball again, but if you saw when it hit, kind of went back the other way and right through the legs of Siddle.
Yeah, catcher's form really wasn't all that bad.
No, it wasn't.
He went down, tried to block it with his body, and it just found the gap. Almost like getting it between the pads of the goalie. Reeder misses with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes to Felipe Crespo. A very good-looking young prospect. He's hitting .310. He's belted 5 home runs. That's called a strike, and the count's 2-1.
That pitch was about 3 inches outside, and I think it surprised everybody. Crespo kind of gave startled look on that one.
That pitch misses inside and is called that way. The count 3 balls and a strike.
I might try to come back with that pitch if he's going to give that as a strike. Feed that outside corner again.
That's what he tried, but this one's ruled a ball. Crespo walks, and the bases are loaded for Tilson Brito.
You see, this ball wasn't too far off of where that other pitch was. This one was a breaking pitch, though. The other one was something off speed that he called a strike.
That will sound the alarm down in the bullpen for Ottawa. Syracuse with 3 Grand Slam home runs this season. Tilson Brito is the batter. And that breaking pitch is called a strike to the Syracuse shortstop. Brito had a double last night, plus a sacrifice fly. He has an RBI single in this game. The base is loaded, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Brito has 8 doubles and 4 home runs, so his slugging percentage is over .500. Which is usually typical of a slugger, not a shortstop. He gets ahead of a pitch and drives it foul for strike 2. Brito listed at 165 pounds. 8 doubles, 4 home runs. So although he doesn't have the bulk, he has strong arms and quick wrists and can hit it a long way.
Oh, he just showed it on that one. He has a quick bat, real quick bat.
Behind in the count, 1-2. The pitch on the way, outside for ball 2. The bases are loaded. Reeder wants to be careful with Brito, but if he walks Brito to force in a run, the next hitter is Syracuse's best hitter, Robert Perez. The 2-2 pitch, ripped foul. Jason Townley skipping rope to get out of the way, leading off third base. J.J. Tobey is warming up in the bullpen for Ottawa. One of the most frequently used relievers on Pete McCannon's pitching staff. And now a bit of a conference on the mound after that pitch was drilled sharply foul by Tilson Brito. There is Tobey warming up in the pen. Right-hander with a herky-jerky motion and that 3/4 delivery.
Well, it's 2 balls that Brito turned on pretty well right there, and I think that's why the discussion is going on.
The Blue Jays are playing the Kansas City Royals tonight. We have an update from Sky Dome. Alex Gonzalez has hit a 2-run home run for Toronto. That is his first Major League home run. And the Blue Jays and Royals are tied at 2. That game's still in the bottom of the first inning. Cito Gaston has been using Gonzalez in the number 2 spot in the batting order. He has dropped Roberto Alomar to number 6. Alomar having a great season statistically, but I don't know about that move. He's costing perhaps his best all-around player a lot of at-bats over the course of the season. Here's a chopper to shortstop. Takes an easy hop for Foley. He throws to first, and Brito is retired to end the inning. So for the second time in this game, Syracuse loads the bases and fails to score. No runs, couple of hits, no Ottawa errors, and 3 runners left on base. 1 inning left in game 1 of the doubleheader. There's your score, Ottawa 8 and Syracuse 1.
Scenery's free, where I come from. What you bargained for, and then some.
You can't top the taste of slow roast. Unless, of course, you top it with a blanket of tangy melted cheddar and top all that with a 99-cent price. It's the Arby's melt, and right now it's under $1, but not for long.
The clocks are ticking. Find your trusty steed. Look for the hat. Better go full speed.
Arby's melt now just 99 cents.
Bag, deep 5.5 liter hanging. Give me a sack, Paul. Here you go. You've got your CBC and light. I need that X-rays on the back.
Hey, a central line kit.
I have a patient wearing a medic alert bracelet. He's hypertensive and on beta blocker.
Has it been installed?
8-1 Ottawa heading to the 7th inning, the 7th and final inning in game 1 of the doubleheader. We'll have a brief intermission between games and then game 2 as Bob Didier's Chiefs in all likelihood will look to salvage a split, trailing by 7 runs with 1 inning to go here in game 1. Scooch shaking his ample behind for the benefit of our camera. For whoever is in the costume's sake, I hope that is the costume. Guillermo Velasquez, Yamil Benitez, and Curtis Pride coming up in the 7th inning.
Scooch got some of the fans going there on that number. Takes a bow.
Brent Luce now playing left field for the Chiefs.
Scooch is standing on top of the Ottawa dugout. And that is not easy to do. There's a slope on the top of that dugout. It's kind of hard to prance around up there. The dugouts are not mascot friendly here at MacArthur Stadium.
Leading off for the Lynx, first baseman Guillermo Velasquez.
To keep that in consideration with the new stadium, they're going to give them
right.
a little more room.
Make the dugouts mascot friendly. The hitter is Velasquez, and he chops one foul for strike 1. There's a look at the antiquated dugout on the visitor's side here at MacArthur Stadium. The dugouts here are actually dangerous. No protection in front, not much of a slope to help protect the players against foul balls. Ground ball to short, fielded by Brito, and he throws to first for the out. I checked that. Joe Liss playing shortstop as Syracuse has made some defensive changes here in the last inning. Liss coming in from left field to play short. We did have a brief look at the new left fielder, Brett Bowers.
Right fielder, Yamil Benitez.
One out, Yamil Benitez up. Benitez had a single his last time up. And there is Bowers. A swing and a high fly ball. It's into shallow center field. And it's the center fielder, Kenyatte, losing his cap but finding the ball and making the catch.
That's a tough play in baseball right there. A lot of people don't realize it, but the key to it all is communication. And Crespo, for a second or two, called him off. And Kenyatte, who has the better angle on that coming in on that, I guess, yelled the loudest out there.
Curtis Pride will be the hitter. Pride with a couple of hits here in game one. Tim Crabtree's pitch. Taken for a ball. Crabtree beginning the 7th inning. A hard-throwing right-hander in his second year with Syracuse. Making his 12th appearance, all in relief. And he gets Pride to swing and miss. The count's a ball and a strike.
Hard throw has what they call a short arm delivery because he doesn't get the full extension all the way back. You can see he comes right in here, almost near his ear when he lets go of the ball.
You know, he was a catcher at the college level before being a pitcher, and that is a catcher's throwing motion.
Absolutely. Watch where his wrist and right there. He's not reaching back, and that's exactly how a catcher's taught to throw because he's got to get rid of the ball a lot quicker.
There's a shot past the third baseman battle and into the left field corner for an extra base hit. Pride has great speed, and he will easily coast into second base with his 3rd hit of game one and his 2nd double. Pride, who has played in the majors with the Montreal Expos.
Shortstop Tom Foley.
Actually started out in the Mets organization. They let him get away, and he has done very well at AAA, especially in the Expos chain. Shortstop Tom Foley up. And the pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Ottawa 8, Syracuse 1. We're in the 7th and last scheduled inning of game 1. Crabtree misses. 2 balls and no strikes to Foley. Pride, the runner at second. Crabtree checks him out, throws the pitch, and there's a line drive into center field for a hit. That will score Pride from second base. Kenyatte gets to it deep in center, but bobbles the ball. Doesn't really hurt Syracuse as Foley winds up at second base with a double. Looked like Kenyatte was actually trying to feed it to the right fielder coming over for a quicker throw into the infield.
Well, he's in no man's land out there, the wild blue yonder area. We saw the 420. Yeah, he tried to flip that ball back over to Perez and to get that ball in a little bit quicker. Had that gotten by Kenyatte, that would have rolled all the way to the fence. You could have possibly seen it inside the park had that gotten by him.
FP Santangelo up, and he takes one high for ball 1. Santangelo, a little guy who gets into a crouch at the plate and creates a very small strike zone. Look at that. 1-0 pitch. A pop-up in the infield. Well, it's carrying out to shallow center, actually. 3 Chiefs converge, and the left fielder Bowers makes the catch for the final out of the inning. 1 run for Ottawa on 2 hits. Back-to-back doubles by Curtis Pride and Tom Foley. No Chiefs errors in the inning. 1 runner left on base. And as we head to the bottom of the 7th, it's Ottawa 9, Syracuse 1.
These people aren't actors. And they don't work at Kerner Ford.
The service was just excellent.
They're right there to help you. Very good. That's what I like.
They're just people like you.
I've never missed a day's work, and my car is my work. Service department is outstanding. I tell people about Kerner's service department, and they don't believe it.
If word of mouth is the best form of advertising, need we say any more?
What really caused the dinosaurs to become extinct? Was it massive worldwide volcanic eruptions? An asteroid crashing to Earth? A sudden change in climate? Or was it that they just weren't financially prepared for their later years? Make U.S. savings bonds part of your retirement savings program. Ask your banker or employer, U.S. Savings Bond, the safe and easy way to make sure you're financially prepared for your later years.
Well, there's our youngster looking for souvenirs beyond the left field fence. He looks kind of depressed. He hasn't caught a home run ball yet, apparently. And he's even taken the headphones off. Now, how are you going to know if it's a home run if you're not listening to the game, kid?
I don't wonder, but that has to be out in straightaway center, right?
I think that's over the left field fence, actually.
You're right. There he is. Oh, there's a great shot. Asking you shall receive. He's over right beyond the scoreboard out there in left field.
That little speck. And there's where he is positioned beyond the scoreboard in left, looking for home run balls that you can either keep as souvenirs or maybe get autographed and pawn off. Robert Perez leads off the bottom of the 7th against the new pitcher, J.J. Tobey. And on the first pitch, Perez clubs one, and F.P. Santangelo makes a great play.
Playing a fine third base tonight. Santangelo comes up with another nice play on a bullet down the third base line. That's a la patented by Brooks Robinson right there. Reminds me of the series when he robbed Johnny Bench of so many hits down the third base line.
If not Brooks, then Greg Nettles for the Yankees against the Dodgers.
Number 34, Rich Butler.
It's in fine company when you can say you made a play that looked just like the likes of a Brooks Robinson or a Greg Nettles.
That's for sure. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Syracuse. Rich Butler will bat for Howard Battle. Bob Didier giving some of his reserve playing time. This is not a safe situation for reliever J.J. Tobey, who has 1 win, 3 losses, and a .251 earned run average. Butler takes outside, ball 1. A check swing by Rich Butler. They appeal to the ump at third, who indicates there was no swing. There is Matt Winans, who made the call to count 2 balls and no strikes. A swing and a fly ball hit to shallow center. A long run for Jim Boucheri, who has the necessary speed to make the catch. And Syracuse is 1 out away from a defeat here in game 1.
The shortstop, Joe
Ottawa leads 9-1. This is the opening game of our twin bill tonight. The second game of the series. Syracuse won last night 5-2, rallying from a 2-0 deficit to win behind an outstanding pitching effort by Giovanni Carrera. Choles takes a ball. The count is 1-0. Liss 0 for 2 so far in this doubleheader. He swings, hits one to shortstop. Foley has it on a bounce, throws to first, and it's right on the money for the final out of game 1. So the Chiefs go in order in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the final score in game 1 of our doubleheader, the Ottawa Lynx 9 and the Syracuse Chiefs 1. Game 2 coming up in about 20 minutes. We'll keep you entertained until then, so stay tuned. More Chiefs baseball coming up a bit later on your neighborhood network, Cable 13.
Kids Views is a program for kids by kids.
We wanted to know some things and do some things, so we did them, with a little help, of course.
So watch and you'll see what you want to see, because we did it for all of us. Hi, welcome to Kids Views, the show done by kids for kids. This month we have a lot in store for you, so let's get right to it. Our first segment is all about something I know we all all about something I know we all